Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in which we are going to discussing the tree diagrams that you can find on chapter 10, exercise 4, and page is 374. If you have a textbook with you, and in case if you need a PDF file of this book, you can connect me on WhatsApp. I'll provide you. Taking you straight to exercise 4. Question number 1. It says a bag contains 10 discs, 7 are black and 3 are white. A disc is selected and then replaced back. A second disk is selected. Copy and complete the tree diagram showing all the possibilities, all the probabilities and outcomes. Find the probability of the following. So first of all, I'll be completing this tree diagram. So once you have black, so this is going to be white is going to be 3 out of 10. Again, for another selection, 7 is going to be 10 and this is going to be 3 over 10. This is how you can fill up. Now, once I taking both black, so probability of having both black is going to be 7 over 10 multiplied by 7 over 10, because two probabilities are both the discs are black. So this is going to be answer as 49 over 100. When it comes to part B of this question, I'll bring this guy a little down. So 1 is 3 over 10. That means 3 over 10 multiplied by 3 over 10. So final answer is going to be 9 over 100. Answer for this question. Moving on to question number 2. It says a bag contains 5 red balls and 3 green balls. A ball is drawn and then replaced before a ball is drawn again. Draw a tree diagram to show all the possible outcomes. Find the probability that uh, two green balls are drawn. So now in here, probability of having two green balls, it's going to be, first of all, I'll bring this a little down. So before we start, we should understand the situation. Probability of having a red ball is 5 over 8, because 5 balls are there out of total 8 balls, and green ball is 3 over 8. Now when it comes to find two green balls, that means probability of two green balls is going to be 3 over 8 times 3 over 8. It's going to be 9 over 81. This is the answer for the first part. 64 it should be. 9 over 64. My bad. This is the answer for the first part of the question. Second ball is red and the second is green. So in here, I'll go for red first, 5 over 8, and this is 3 over 8. So altogether, final answer is going to be 15 over 64. Answer for this question. Moving on to question number 3. It says a bag contains 7 green discs and 3 blue discs. So altogether, there are 10 discs. Now 7 over 10 and 6 over 9 green. So this is going to be, first green is 7 over 10, and once it is taken out, it's going to be over 9 for the second. Now first blue is going to be 3 over 10. Ultimately, second is going to be 3 over 2 over 9. 2 over 9. Now this is the situation. Now we go for both green. If both are green, that means 7 over 10 is multiplied by 6 over 9. So final answer is going to be 42 over 90, or once we simplify, it's going to be 7 over 15. This is the answer for the first part of the question. Next comes both discs are blue. That means 3 over 10 and 2 over 9. Both are multiplied. So this is for both blue. So our final answer is going to be 6 over 90. Or once we simplify, it's going to be 1 over 15. Now comes, so this is going to be 3 over 9. Likewise, you can fill this up. Now comes question number 4. In question number 4, it says that total balls, first we understand the question. So total balls are going to be 10. So better understand this when we see the probability of having red 5 out of 10 balls, that means 1 over 2. When it comes for blue, it's going to be 3 over 10, 3 out of 10 balls. And when it comes to yellow, they are going to be 2 over 10 or 1 over 5 as simplified. So keep these ones in your mind for solving this question. Now comes probability of having 2 red balls. I'll bring this little down for you all to understand better. Okay, so 2 red balls is going to be 5 over 10 and then 4 over 9. Final answer is going to be 20 over 90, or simplifying gives you 2 over 9 as an answer for this question. Next comes first blue and then yellow. Probability of having first blue, then yellow. How is that going to be? 3 over 10 and multiply by 2 over 9. So this is going to be 6 over 90, which is going to be 1 over 15 as an answer for this question. And this belongs down below. This is the answer for this part. Now comes 2 yellow balls. When it comes to 2 yellow balls, it's going to be 2 over 10 is multiplied by 1 over 9. So it's going to be 2 over 90 or 1 over 45, which is the answer for this part of the question. So two balls and two balls of the same color. So we need to add the probabilities. Over here we have 2 over 9, first possibility, and then comes 1 over 15, second probability, and then 1 over 45, which is the third probability. When we add them together, so what happened? How did we get 2 over 9? So if I ask you to explain, so where did you get this 2 over 9? Because we don't see 2 over 9 here. So this is the possibility of having 2 red balls. So we are adding all these, so getting 14 over 45, which is the final answer for this question. Of course, adding these fractions, you can do it very easily. Moving on to question number 5. In question number 5, it says a bag contains 4 red balls, 2 green balls, and 3 blue balls. So altogether, 11 balls. In question number 5, we have 9 balls actually. So total balls are 4 plus 2 plus 3 is going to be 9 balls. And the possibility of each, first I go for blue, it's going to be 3 over 9, which is 1 over 3. And 4 red balls, that means 4 over 9. 4 over 9. And for green are 2 over 9. So these are all the probabilities. Now we'll go question by question. So first they are asking for 2 blue balls. So ultimately final answer is going to be 3 over 9. First is 3 over 9 and then 2 over 8. This gives us 6 over 72, which is going to be 1 over 12 as the final answer for this part of the question. Next comes 2 red balls. I'll bring it a little up here. It is going to be 4 over 9 multiplied by 3 over 8. It's going to be 12 over 72, which is going to be 1 over 6. This is the answer for this question. Now comes 1 red ball and 1 blue ball. So this is going to be 4 over 9 times 3 over 8, we already know. And we are going to add with 3 over 9 and 4 over 8. These are going to be summed up. So this gives us 12 over 72. And this one is going to give us 12 over 72. So finally, it's going to be 24 over 72, which is going to give us 1 over 3 as the answer for this question. Moving on to 1 green ball and 1 red ball. So it's going to be 2 over 9 and multiplied by 4 over 8. This is for 1 green ball. Then comes adding this one to 4 over 9 and then multiply by 2 over 8. So finally it's going to give us 8 over 72 and then add it to 8 over 72. So finally you're going to get 16 over 72. Finally you're going to get 2 over 9. Once we divide this both by 8, so we get 2 over 9. This is the answer for question number 5. Now when it comes to question number 6, it says a six-sided die is thrown 3 times. Draw a T diagram showing at each branch the two events 6 and not 6. What is the probability of throwing a total of total of getting three sixes and no sixes? So this is the tree diagram. You can pause the video and you can see that how do we get 6 and how we don't get a 6. So every possibility is there. Now you can pause the video or you can make it slow, take a screenshot and get this done. Now, when it comes to find the answer for question number 6, three sixes, how can you get three sixes? Probability of getting a 6 is 1 over 6 only. And not getting a 6, this is getting 6, and not getting 6 is 5 over 6. Now, when it comes to getting three sixes, that means 1 over 6 cubed because of 3 times. So final answer is going to be 1 over 216. This is the final answer for this question. When it comes to no sixes, it's going to be 5 over 6. And you have, because you are throwing it 3 times, so final answer is going to be 125 over 216. This is the answer for part B. When it comes to part C, there are 3 ways. That means 1 over 6 is multiplied by 5 over 6 squared. These are the possibilities of getting a 6. And we have 3 different times. So we multiply by 1 over 6 and times 25 over 36. So finally we get 75 over 216. When reduced by 5, it's going to give us 25 over 72. This is going to be the final answer. Now, at least 1 6. So we'll be using part B of this question. So in here, we say 125 out of 216. So remainings are going to be 1 minus 125 over 216. So it's going to be giving us 91 over 216, which is the final answer of this question. Moving on to question number 7. When it comes to question number 7, it says a bag contains red marbles and 4 blue marbles. So when there are 6 red marbles, the possibility is 6 over 10, and for blue, it is 4 over 10. So altogether, there are 10 balls. Now, for 3 red balls, it's going to be 6 over 10, the first possibility. Then it reduces to 5. One ball is taken from this and remaining are 9. And again one is taken, the remaining is 8. So it's going to be 120 over 720. When they are divided by 120, so we are going to get 1 over 6. And this is the answer for the first part of the question. When it comes to blue, the possibility is 4 over 10. So first is going to be 4 over 10, then it's going to be 3 over 9, then it's going to be 2 over 8. So finally, it's going to be 24 over 720. When divided by 24, it's going to give us 1 over 30. This is the answer for the second part. When it comes to no red marbles, so it's going to be opposite of blue. That means 1 over 30 is for blue. For red is going to be 29 over 30. Is the possibility of having Wait. It's going to be again 1 over 30 because blue is also 1 over 30. So no red marbles means you're talking about blue. So this is also going to be 1 over 30. When it comes to at least one red marble means it's the opposite of the blue one. So blue is 1 over 30. So this is going to be 29 over 30 as the answer for this part of the question. Moving on to question number 8. Now, in this situation, it says when a cutting is taken from geranium, the probability that is grows is 3/4. Three cuttings are taken. What is the probability that all three grows? So, once you go for growing is 3/4, and not growing is 1/4. So, it is since it is going to be three times, so it's going to be 3/4 to the power of 3. So it's going to be something like this: 3 over 4 power of 3 because of 3 times is going to give us 27 over 64. Since this cannot be simplified further, so this is going to be the answer. When it comes to not growing, it's going to be 1 over 4, and since it is 3 times, so we are going to cube it, and it's going to be 1 over 64 is the answer for this question. Moving on to question number 9, it's going to be somewhere here. Okay, now in here it says a die has its six faces marked 0, 1, 1, 1, and 6. Two of these dice are thrown together and the total score is recorded. Draw a tree diagram. Tree diagram, I guess you should draw it on your own. So once we go for possibilities, are going to be 0 and second die is going to be 0. So it is then comes 0 and 1. So the total outcome sum is going to be 0, and this sum is going to be giving us a 1, and 0 plus 6 is going to be giving us a 6, and 1 plus 1 is going to be giving us a 2, and then comes 1 and 6, so it's going to give us a 7, and 6 plus 6 is going to give us a 12. So there are six different totals. This is the answer for the first part of the questions. It says how many different totals are possible, so answer is given over here. Now, what is the probability of obtaining a 7? That means 6 out of 36. 6 possibilities out of 36. And since it is 2, so it's giving us a 12 over 36, which is going to give us 1 over 3 as the answer for this part of the question. When it comes to question number 10, now it says a coin is biased. That means the possibility of having a head is 3/4. Find the probability that when the toss three times, it shows three tails. So now this something you should consider is getting a head is 3/4 and tail is 1/4 ultimately. Now for getting three tails, it's going to be 1/4 power 3. So finally, it's going to be 1 over 64 as the answer for the first part of the question. Now comes two heads and one tail. Before going for this one, we should know that what possibilities do we have. We have head, head, and tail. Second possibility is head, tail, and head. Then comes tail, head, and head. These are the three possibilities we have. So three possibilities. Now this is something to be considered. Now that means 3 over 4, two heads and one tail. So it's going to give us 9 over 16 times 1 over 4. So this is going to give us 9 over 16 times 4 is 64. Now since it has to be three different, as you can see in the question itself, three times. Notice this. So this has to be multiplied by 3. So this is going to give us 27 over 64 as the answer for this part of the question. Now comes one head and two tail. So in here, I'll bring this little up. For one head and two tails, it's going to be again multiplied by 3. And this time, head is going to be only 1 and tail is going to be squared. Now this is going to be how much? 3 times 3 over 4 times 1 over 16. So finally it's going to give us 9 over 64. Since this cannot be further simplified, this is going to be the answer for this part of the question. When it comes to no tail, that means it's going to be, I should bring this down. It is no tail mean you're talking about heads three times, so it's going to give us a 27 over 64. Now, once we add all these possibilities, what we know is 1 over 64 and plus 27 over 64. Third is 9 over 64. Next is 27 over 4 once again. Once we add them up, we get 64 over 64, which is going to give us a 1, which is one possibility we are talking about. Now comes next question. In question number 11, this can be tricky. So for this one, you should be very careful while solving this. Once we know very well that all the possibilities of getting A is first possibility is to have a 3 over 20. Next is going to be 2 over 19 since 1A is already given and out of remaining 19. Then comes 1 over 18. So it's going to be reducing this way. So once we solve this, this is going to give us 6 over 6840. And once we simplify, it's going to give us 1 over 1140 as the answer for this question. Now, when it comes to part B, first three students get all grade B. Now, in here, what we know as 5 over 21st, and then second one is going to be 4 over 19, and third one is going to be getting 3 over 18. So once we simplify, we get 60 over 6840. Once we divide everything by 60, so we are going to get 1 over 114 as the answer for this question. This is 1 actually. 1 over 114 is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Now comes part C. In here, it's going to be a combination of A, B, and C. For that, we know that we do need to have a permutation. So 3 factorial is going to give us a 6 permutations. 6 permutations. Now we know very well first is 3 over 20, second is 5 over 19, and third is 12 over 18. Once we add the permutation to it, it becomes 6 times 3 over 20, and then 5 over 19, and then comes 12 over 18. So once we simplify all this, we get 1080. You can use a calculator, and then this becomes 6840. Once we simplify, we get 3 over 19, or even if you write this much, it's enough because this is the answer which is provided in the book. Now comes part D of it. It says first 4 who get B, that means 5 over 20, and then comes 4 over 19, and this becomes 3 over 18, and then finally what we have is 2 over 17. So once we solve this using a calculator, you get 1 over 20 over 116,280, and once we divide both by 120, we get 1 over 969. In the book you will get this answer, which is acceptable since it is mentioning do not cancel down the fractions. So this one is going to be the valid answer. Moving on to question number 12. In question number 12, it says that the probability of having amateur golfer actually hits the ball 1 over 10. If the four separate attempts are made, find the probability that the ball will be hitting 4 times. So for this part of the question, what we do is first of all we find out the hitting is 1 over 10. Hitting equals 1 over 10, and not hitting is 9 over 10. So these are the two things you should consider in this question. Now, when 4 hits, that means 1 over 4, sorry, 1 over 10. 1 over 10 is 4 times, okay? So it's going to be power 4. So this is going to give us 1 over 1000. Now, first of all, calculate. We need to calculate at least twice. So that means 4 and 2, we need to have a combination. So this gives us 4 times 3 times 2, and this gives us 2 times 2. Gives us finally 24 over 4, which is going to give us a 6. Now we need to calculate 3 and 4. 4 and 3 to be precise. So this gives us 4 factorial, and the rule you know very well, 3 factorial and 4 minus 3 factorial. So finally this is going to give us 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and next is 3 times 2 factorial means 2. So this gives us a 24 over 6, which is going to give us finally a 4. Now this gives us a 6 and this one gives us a 4. So keep this in mind. Now we go to find out the possibilities. So 6 will be multiplied by 1 over 10 square, and second is 9 over 10 square. So finally it's going to give us 6 times 1 over 100 and multiplied by 81 over 100. So finally it's going to give us 486 over 10,000 as an answer. And for the second part, let's calculate 4 times 1 over 10 over 3 and 9 over 10 power 1. We don't write that. So 4 times 1 over 1000 multiplied by 9 over 100. That's 9 over 10. So this gives us 4 times 9, and 10 times 1000 is going to give us a 10,000. So finally it's going to give us 36 over 10,000. Now keep this in mind, this is going to be used in the calculation. Now we need to find out 4 by 4, which is going to give us a 1. Now we need to add the probability. First probability is 486 over 10,000, and plus second one is 36 over 10,000, and then comes 1 over 1000, 10,000. So this is going to give us 523 over 10,000. This is the answer for this question. Now comes part C, not at all. I should bring this little down. Okay, when for that means it is a zero hit, possibility of zero hit. So it's going to be 9 over 4, and since it is 4, so we simplify this to give us 6561 over 10,000. It is 9 over 10 over 10,000. Once we simplify, or we can simply say 9 over 4 and 10 over 4. This is going to be a final answer for this part of the question. Moving on to question number 13. This question says a box contains X milk chocolates. I will bring this little down for me to solve this. So we solve step by step. So in here, when it comes to milk first, this is going to give us x over x plus y. This is going to be the answer for this question. Outcome and total outcome. Then comes 2 milk chocolates. So it's going to be probability of 2 milk chocolates. In here, it's going to be x over x plus y multiplied by x minus 1 and x plus 1 minus 1. So finally, when we simplify this, we get x minus 1 divided by x plus 1 and multiplied by x plus y minus 1. This is going to be the final answer for this part of the question. Next comes each one of each sort. So in here, I'll make little space here. Okay, for part C, probability of having each one. In here, we know very well it is x over x plus y, the first one, and then it's multiplied by y over x plus y minus 1, and then this has to be added to the second part, which is y x plus y, and multiplied by x x plus y minus 1. So finally, once we solve this, we are going to get 2xy on top as a numerator, and the LCM is going to be x plus y is multiplied by x plus y minus 1. This is going to be the answer for part C. Now comes two plain chocolates. For this one, I will write something like this: two plain. I'm writing in a short equals y over x plus y multiplied by y minus 1 over x plus y minus 1. So finally, to conclude, so when we simplify, this is going to give us y minus 1 over the LCM is x plus y multiplied by x plus y minus 1. This is going to be the answer for part B. Now comes in question number 14, it says if a hedgehog crosses a certain road before 7 a.m., the probability of being run over is 1 over 10. After 7 a.m., the corresponding probability is 3 over 4. The probability of the hedgehog waking up early enough to cross before 7 a.m. is 4 over 5. So, waking up probability is 4 over 5. That means waking up late is 1 over 5. And in the question, it says hedgehog waking up too late. That means the answer is going to be 1 over 5. Probability of getting late is equals to 1 over 5. And this is the answer for the first part of the question. Now it says the hedgehog waking up early and crosses the road in safety. So early and safety is going to be early and with safety. It's going to be 4 over 5 and multiply by 9 over 10. So this is going to give us 36 over 50. And once we simplify, it's going to be 18 over 25. This is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Now comes part C. In part C, it says the hedgehog waking up late and cross the road in safety. So now in here is going to be possibility of late and with safety. It's going to be 1 over 5 and multiply by 1 over 4. So the possibility is going to be 1 over 20, and this is going to be the final answer for this part of the question. Moving on to part D, it says the hedgehog waking up early and being run over. So in here, we need to have 4 over 5, and it has to multiply by 1 over 10 because probabilities are already given. So final answer for this one is going to be 4 over 50, or we can say it is 2 over 25 as the final answer for this part of the question. Now comes the last part, which is saying that hedgehog crosses the road in safety. So in here, we know that for being safe, it's going to be possibility of getting early and safe is added to possibility of late and safe. We already got the answer for the first part, so it is 18 over 25, and for the second part it is 1 over 20. So once we simplify this, we are going to get 144 over 200 and add it to 10 over 200. So it's going to be 154 over 200. One simplifies, it gives us 77 over 100. This is the answer for this part of the question. Moving on to question number 15. In here it says a bag A contains three balls and three blue balls. Bag B contains one red ball and three blue balls. Bags are drawn here. A ball is taken at random from bag A and placed in bag B. So first, let's see what the condition is. First, we go for bag A. In bag A, we have three red balls and we have three blue balls. So altogether, we have six balls here. Now, when it comes to bag B, it has one red ball and we have three blue balls. So altogether, there are four balls in here. So we are actually dealing with 10 different color balls. Now, when it comes to case 1, first case, it says a red ball is transferred from bag A to bag B, and second case is a blue ball is transferred from bag A to bag B. Now, two cases are given already. In case 1, red ball is transferred to bag A, from bag A to bag B. Now, in second case, a blue ball is transferred to from bag A to bag B. So we are talking about a red ball here and we are talking about a blue ball. So this is the difference between two cases. Now comes step 2. When it comes to case 1, once we're talking about case 1, in here red ball is transferred. Red ball is transferred. So it becomes possibility of red from bag A. It's giving us 3 over 6. Or we can say 1 over 2. This is for case 1. Now bag B has 2 red balls and 3 blue balls. So altogether it's going to be 5. So possibility of red from bag B is 2 over 5 because we are talking about 5 balls. Now when it comes to case 2, I'll bring this little down. When it comes to case B, case 2 I should write. When it comes to case 2, blue ball is transferred. Blue ball is transferred. So possibility of blue ball from A is going to be 3 over 6, which is 1 over 2. And bag B has now one red ball and four blue balls. So possibility of red from bag B is 1 over 5. So this we must remember for both the cases. Now adding all the possibilities. So we know possibility of red from bag B is 1 over 5 plus 1 over 10, which is going to be 2 over 2 over 10 plus 1 over 10. So this is going to be ultimately final answer for this one is going to be 3 over 10 is the answer for this part of the question. This is the answer for this part. Now comes question number 9, which we can find over here. Now, in question number 9, it says that 9 is already done. We are on question number 16 now. Okay, it says on Monday or Thursday, Karen paints a masterpiece with a probability of 1 over 5. On any other day, the probability of producing a masterpiece is 1 over 100. Find the probability that one day chosen at random where she will paint a masterpiece. So in here, first of all, we go for probability of having a masterpiece. Probability of masterpiece on Monday and Thursday is going to be 1 over 5. This is given in the question itself. And masterpiece on any other day is 1 over 100. Now this is the condition given already. Now in here we go step by step. So in step 1, what we do is probability of choosing Monday or Thursday is 7 days in a week. That means 2 days out of 7 days is probability of choosing Monday or Thursday. And probability of choosing other day is 5 over 7. So this is going to help us in solving further. Now comes step 2. In step 2, what we are going to do is total probability of producing a masterpiece. Total probability of producing a masterpiece is 2 over 7 multiplied by 1 over 5 and plus 5 over 7 and with 1 over 100. Altogether these are going to be simplified. So this gives us 2 over 35 and this gives us 5 over 70, 700 in fact. So finally once we simplify, this gives us 40 over 700 plus 5 over 700. So finally we are going to get 45 over 700. Once we simplify using 5, we get 9 over 140 as an answer for this question. Moving on to question number 17. In here, two dice, each with four faces marked 1, 2, 3, and 4, are thrown together. What is the most likely total score on the faces point downwards? So these are the possibility of having 1, 1, there's only one way, 1, 2, and 2, 1, two ways. Sum of 4, we can get 1, 3, 2, 2, and 3, 1, three ways. And getting a 5 is 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, and 4, 1, four ways. So for 6, 2, 4, 3, 3, and 4, 2, three ways. On getting sum of 7 is 3, 4, and 4, 3, two ways only. And sum of getting 8 is 4 and 4, one way only. So the maximum possibility of having uh, biggest total we can get is 4 ways is 5. So this is the answer we are looking for. There are 4 ways of getting 5. So 5 is the answer for this part of the question. This is the most likely total. Most likely total score is a 5. Now comes second part of it. In here, 5 out of 16 and sum of 5 is going to get 4 over 16, or we can say 1 over 4, and 1 over 4 with 3 dice is going to get 1 over 64 as an answer for this question. Moving on to question number 18. In question number 18, it says a bag contains 3 red, 4 white, and 5 green balls. That means we are talking about altogether 12 balls. So 3 over 12 is 1 over 4, and 4 out of 12 is 1 over 3, and 5 over 12 is the possibility of having uh, green balls. That means in the question they are asking all red balls. That means we are talking about out of 12. From 12 balls, we are talking about selecting 3. So here we attract combination formula. In here, what we do is we write 12 times 11 times 10. We need to write 3 digits only because we are talking about 3 balls chosen. Okay. And in here down below, what we'll write is we write 3 times 2 times 1. Even if we don't write 1, it's going to be fine. So we are talking about 1 divided by 220 because simplifying this is going to give us 220, and this is going to be the answer for this question. Next is all green. Possibility of having all green is 5 because there are 5 green balls, and possibility is 3, and this we divide by 12 and 3 because 5 balls out of 12. So calculation is going to give us 5 times 4 times 3. We will not write 2 because we are talking about 3 possibilities only. And in here we're going to write 3 times 2 times 1. Then this whole thing is going to be divided by 12 times 10 times 11, n times 10 divided by 3 times 2 times 1. So in here, I will use a different pen. So in here, this 3 and this 3 is going to be cancelled. 2 times 1 is a 2 and 2 times 2 is a 4. So this is going to give us a 10. And down below, we have 220. We know very well, we have done this calculation before. That means when 10 is divided by 220 is going to give us 1 over 22 as an answer for this part of the question. Moving on to part C, it says one of each color. That means we need to have a probability of one ball of each color. So red is 3 1, and then comes white is 4 1, and 5 also 1 is going to be divided by 12 3. So finally on top we will have 3 times 4 times 5, and down below we have 220, as you know already, we know the calculation. This gives us a 60 over 220. That means 6 over 22, and further simplification gives us 3 over 11 as the answer for this part of the question. Next comes, if the selection of 3 balls were carried out 1100 times, how often would you expect to choose 3 red balls? Now in here we are going to be using our further calculations. All 3 reds, we know very well, it is 1 over 220 is multiplied by 1100. So this is going to give us a 5 as an answer for this part of the question. When it comes to one of each color, we know very well each color is 3 over 11 multiplied by 1100. So this is going to give us a 300 as an answer for this part of the question. Moving on to question number 19. In question number 19, it says that there are 1000 components in a box, of which 10 are known to be defective. Two components are selected at random. What is the probability that both are defective? So now we have 1000 components, and 10 are defective. 10 are defective. That means 999, 990 are non-defective. Now in here, first we go for both are defective. So we are going for 10, 2, we use combination, divided by 1000 and 2. So this is going to be solved, and this I will write as 10 and 9. I will not write 8 because we are talking about 2 only, and divided by 1000 and 999. So this is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Now comes neither is defective. So we are talking about 990, 2, and it's divided by 1002. That means we are talking about 990 multiplied by 989. And in here down we have 1000 multiplied by 999. We are not simplifying as mentioned in the book, not to simplify. So this is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Now when it comes to just one is defective, so in here what we can do is that favorable outcomes is 10 1 is multiplied by 991. So, and this is a favorable outcome, and the total outcome is going to be, total outcome is 1002. So finally this calculation gives us 1000 times 999 divided by 2. So we have favorable outcomes, we have total outcomes. So finally what we do is divided by 1000 times 999 divided by 2. So ultimately we change this sign of divisibility by multiplication, and I will swap this. So finally the answer is going to be 2 times 10 times 990 divided by 1999. This is going to be the final answer for this part of the question. Now comes, because it is mentioned in the book itself, do not simplify your answers. This is why I'm not simplifying it. Now comes question number 20. In here it says there are 10 boys and 15 girls. So total students are going to be 25. 10 boys and plus 15 girls. That means we are talking about 25 students altogether. Now the question is probability that both are boys, 2 boys from 10. That means we are talking about 2 boys from 10. So we write combination like this is divided by 25 2. Now this is going to be 10 times 9. We write 2 only. And next is going to be divided by 25 and 2. So this is going to give us 25 times 24. This is going to give us a 90 over 600, which is going to be 3 over 20. Answer for this part of the question. Now when it comes to both our girls, possibility of having both girls, both girls will be having favorable outcome is going to be 15, 2, and divided by 25, 2. So for the first one, we'll write 15 times 14 and divided by 25, 24. So this one is going to give us 210, and down below we have 600, we know very well. So final answer is going to be 7 over 20. So this is the answer for this part of the question. Now it says one is a boy and another is a girl. So total ways of selecting two children is 25 2. So we can write here also total ways to select two students is 25 2. That means 25 times 24 divided by 2, which is going to give us 600 divided by 2. That means final answer is 300 for this part of the question. Now in here it says favorable outcome is one boy from 10 and one girl from 15. So ultimately answer for this one is going to be 10, and this is going to be 15, and 10 times 150 is going to be 10 times 15 is going to be 150, and 150 is favorable outcome, and total outcome is 300. So final answer is going to be 120 for part C. Moving on to question number 21, which is over here. It says there are 300 ball bearings in a box, of which 100 are known to be undersized. Three ball bearings are selected at random. What is the probability that all three are undersized? So in step one, this can be a long question. So what we can write here, total number of ways to choose three bearings. Okay. So three bearings from 500. That means 500 and 3. We write like this. And for the first calculation, we go 500 times 499 times 498 divided by 3 times 2 times 1. So this is going to give us 2708 and 500. So this is the first calculation that we have. Now, three bearings we go for undersize. So for undersize, we go for 100, and 3. This is going to give us 100 times 99 times 98. This is a combination formula we are using. This gives us 3 times 2 times 1. If we don't write, it's fine. Simplification gives us 161 700. Now favorable divided by total. Favorable divided by total. So this is going to give us 103 divided by 503. We are dividing both the combinations. So this is going to give us 161 700 that we already know, divided by 20708 500. Ultimately, it's going to give us 0.00781, which is the answer for this part of the question. Next comes part B, is saying none are undersized. Now I bring this one here so that we can see what we have done so far. Now 3 are chosen from 400. That means 403. First we find out this. This gives us 400. This gives us 400 times 399 times 398 divided by 3 times 2 times 1 gives us 10586 800. This is the calculation for the first part. Now, none undersize, what we are going to do is possibility of none underside is going to be 4 3 divided by 5 3. We know the calculation for the first part is 10586 800 divided by total is 2708 500. Ultimately, this is going to give us 0.511, which is the answer provided in the book. So this is the answer for part B, and this is the answer for part A. Moving on to question number 22, which is the last question of this exercise. This exercise was long because every question has many parts in it. This is not the one. Question number 22 is going to be somewhere here. Yes, I found it. So for question number 22, we know very well that it's talking about there are 9 boys and 15 girls in a class. 3 children are chosen at random. What is the probability that I'll bring this a little down for the calculation? Give your answer as a fraction. So answer will be in fraction. Now, when it says 9 boys and 15 girls, we are talking about 24 students. 24 students we are talking about. And possibility of all 3 boys is 9. 3 is divided by 24. 3. This is going to be combination formula. And in here I have 9, 8 and 7 divided by 24, 23 and 22. Ultimately, this is going to give us 504 divided by 12144. Simplifying this is going to give us 21 over 506, which is the answer for the first part of the question. When it comes to part B, I bring this little down for the calculations to carry on. I'll bring this here. Now, when it comes to all 3 girls, possibility of all girls is going to be 15.3 out of 24. That means for this one is going to give us 15 times 14 times 13 divided by 24, 23 and 22. This is going to give us, we know very well, 12144, and this one is going to give us 2730 if you use calculator. Finalizing and simplifying, this gives us 445 over 2024, which is the answer for this part of the question. Now comes the last part of this question. It says one is a boy and 2 are girls. So in here we are going to use combination once again. 9 1, 15 2, and total outcome is 24 3. Ultimately, the numerator gives us 9 times 15 times 14, and this is one is going to give us 24, 23 and 22. So we know the denominator is going to be 12144, and on top we will have 1810. Further simplification gives us 945 over 2024 as an answer for this part of the question. And that's how this exercise ends. And very soon I'll be uploading. This is the answer I must show you. Answers are over here. These are the answers for each question. You can pause the video and see yourself. I have also paused a little so that you can see and match all the answers that we have found. All the answers are matching. Okay, best is that if you have a PDF of this book, you can WhatsApp me. I'll provide you on WhatsApp this book, and or you can email me. Uh, Once again, I like to say thanks to all of you, all the subscribers, and especially those who are suggesting me to prepare exercises on different topics. Very soon, once I complete this chapter 10 on probability and statistics, I'll be going for mensuration, in which different areas and parameters and volumes of different shapes are going to be found out. Thank you once again. I request you to kindly share, subscribe to this channel so that I can make more valuable content for you. Thank you once again.